Explanations regarding the term Laws and Recommendations of Creation by Christian Frehner, Switzerland.
If there is mention of creational laws and recommendations or laws and recommendations of creation, respectively, the following explanations must be given to all those individuals who have already dealt in detail with the spiritual teachings and especially with creation's existence. Since creation, the universal consciousness of our DERN universe, is not a person or some personification quite contrary to the belief in God, the Father by various religions, but an impersonal spiritual energy or power, creation, never enacted any recommendations that stipulate or dictate to the human beings to do or not do this or that. A recommendation you shall is valid only in the material realm, and the recommendation can only stem or emerge from a source where certain individual aspects and a direct reference to the coarse matter, human being, who owns a consciousness capable of evolution exist. The latter indicates that recommendations are not applied within the realm of flora and fauna. Firstly, recommendations can be enacted or established by human beings, also those representing society, state or religious groups, and secondly by half or pure spirit levels or planes within which certain individual vibrational structures or aspects still exist, at least as long as the fusion with the universal consciousness creation has not yet occurred. This backward compatibility, which is one-sided from the top down, to the material realm of the human beings, makes it possible that the highest pure spirit level, Pata Li, could transmit the Decalogue or Dodecalogue, respectively. While recommendations leave it up to the individual whether or not they will observe them, it is quite different with respect to the creational laws, which can also be called laws of nature, where phenomena and events, etc., within the material universal belt are concerned. In order for creation to exist and evolve, and also everything that exists within its entire universe, it is necessary that laws exist which secure an order and which make the entire system possible and continuing. For a better understanding, imagine the following example. We people here on Earth have to rely on the fact that gravity is directed toward the center of the Earth, and that it does not, from time to time, suddenly change toward some other direction. For example, toward the moon. Just imagine how everything that was not securely fixed to the planet would suddenly be sucked off to the moon. Regarding laws of creation, one can distinguish between those within the entire creation, including the spiritual realm, and those that mainly apply to the material realm. Of course, this is just an academic separation because, as we all know, within creation everything is connected to each other. The above-mentioned example regarding Earth's gravity also demonstrates that the effects and composition of the laws of nature are relative, because they can be conquered under certain circumstances like, for example, through the application of levitation or the utilization of technical devices, etc. By this, the restricted, limited scope of the law of nature is overcome. If there is mention of laws and recommendations of creation in Billy's or Figu's writings, then you should keep in mind the above-mentioned explanations. This refers to those recommendations that show to the human beings the way to real knowledge and wisdom. For a better understanding, or as an aid, some examples are listed below. Laws of creation, structure of the 7 belts of the universe. There are 7, not 4 or 10, etc. Formation creation, of new spirit forms during the universe's expansion phase number, composition, situation, etc. The existence of love in its highest form as universal love, striving the fundamental law of all evolution. Without striving there is no life. The bipolar structure composition of everything that exists, the positive and the negative, etc. etc. Laws of creation with special impact on the material realm, laws of nature, law of causality, cause and effect, laws of reincarnation. 7-step construction of matter. Interactions within chemistry. Effects of thoughts. Force of sending and force of beating, striking upon its return, may be compared to a boomerang. Origin and vanishing of planets, galaxies, etc. Effects of light on the growth of plants. Recommendations for the personal benefit of human beings. To observe these recommendations guarantees to the human being that he may rapidly progress on the path of his evolution. Additionally, human beings who observe these recommendations are a good example to their fellow men. 1. You shall have no powers and gods, idols, and saints other than creation. 2. You shall keep holy the name of creation and not abuse this name. 3. You shall make every day into a day of celebration and keep it holy, control it. 4. You shall not break your bond with creation, including this. You shall not commit adultery. 5. You shall honor creation just as you honor, respect, and love your father and mother. 6. You shall not kill in depravity. 7. You shall not rob and expropriate. 8. You shall not bear false witness against the truth, creation, and life. 9. You shall never speak an untruth. 10. You shall not greedily covet material wealth and your neighbor's possessions. 11. Do not curse the truth. 12. Never put creation's recommendations and creation's laws into unworthy cults. If one ponders these principal recommendations, which were transmitted to the people on earth by the Pa-Ta-Li spirit level, one inevitably will come to the realization that an immeasurable amount of precious thoughts and ideas are hidden behind these recommendations, which in the daily routine can show one the path to a life that is righteous and responsible. Alone, the sixth recommendation is so very profound and far-reaching, from the eradication of floral and faunal species to the psychic and consciousness-related murder of fellow humans, that there is no room in these short explanations to deal with everything in detail. It is important to know the following. So-called creational recommendations do exist if they are, or have been, derived from creational laws or laws of creation, respectively. Basically, recommendations result from all laws, no matter from where the latter originate. These creational laws and recommendations, which can be called the laws and recommendations of life, serve for the purpose of enabling, preserving, and supporting life. To observe these creational recommendations is the duty of every knowledgeable and responsible human being, because in this manner alone, peace and harmony may be achieved and secured in the long term among all people and with the whole of nature.
By Christian Frehner, Switzerland,